People, you know how we do. We back at it again. So now we're gonna make some things happen. We got the Rev.Dr.R.L.Stryker in the building. Now, Reverend Stryker, can you tell the name of your church?
I serve at St. Paul United Methodist Church.
Okay.
Historic church downtown Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. His church is a very nice church. I've been there with the foot soldiers. They got honored at that church. Yeah. Had a very nice time there. So we're gonna get a little bit into your head, Dr. Stryker.
Sounds good to me.
We can find out some things about you and see if we can make something happen. So
I just want you all to know he didn't tell me what the questions would be.
I never tell anybody what the questions are gonna be. But I always ask the same question, almost. So, where are you from?
I'm from Liberia, West Africa.
From Liberia, West Africa. Is it nice there?
It's nice.
Yeah?
Most times, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How long have you been here?
32 years or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been here longer than I lived in Liberia.
Okay. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
No, mind asking. I'll be reaching retirement in no time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm 59 years old.
Well, they say you gotta wait to 70 now.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Smile got wiped off your face. Well, they did say 67.
Yeah, well, you can take early retirement too. That's still existing.
Yeah. So, and you've been at the church for?
Since COVID, so I'm on my 4th year or so.
Okay, where were you before then?
I was in Jasper.
In Jasper, okay.
Yeah.
Jasper's kind of nice.
It's 45 minutes most days from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Jasper. I like Smith Lake down that way.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be too.
Yeah. So now we got you here because we heard about a lot of events, and you're a historic church. I actually go to a historic church myself. I'm a member of Bethel, and I saw you all.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Dr. Thomas L. Wilder.
That's right.
Yeah. So
he's a hard-working preacher.
Yeah, he is. His wife is hard-working too, Michelle Wilder.
That's right.
Yeah, they some hard workers, and they some good people. So tell us a little bit about your event that you got going on. I know you always have something, but this latest event that you have.
Latest event. Well, coming up on March 23rd.
Okay.
Saturday before Palm Sunday. It's a Palm Sunday commemoration.
Mm-hmm.
And on that day, 1963, it was held on a Sunday.
Okay.
However, because we're not confident, that you will be with us on a Sunday morning, we put it on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So Saturday morning, March 23rd, the day before Palm Sunday, where we will commemorate the 1963 march, an event that took place at St. Paul. It had a mass meeting, the rally, everything there. And then afterwards, they got out into the streets and were marching to City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And on their way to City Hall, of course, they were stopped by the police and the dogs and everything else. And they never made it there. Yeah.
You know, back
N.A. Smith and A.D. King. And,
now N.A. Smith, I used to work at Magic City Barbershop.
Okay.
And he used to come down there and get his haircut.
Is that right?
A lot of the historians came to Magic City Barbershop and got their haircut. Reverend Shuttlesworth.
Mm-hmm.
You had Dr. King back in the days. He got his haircut, and you had at one time Reverend Shuttlesworth's driver and Dr. King's driver. He would pick him up on the low.
Yeah.
His name was Cleve Smith. They call him Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, he passed away a few years back, but they were my guys. Yeah. So a lot of the churches had the mass meetings. Yeah. But a lot of churches didn't want to have a mass meeting either.
That's true too.
Yeah.
So you know a lot of history also about that.
I know a nice amount.
Yes.
And the only reason I know because being around a lot of historians, being around older gentlemen in the barbershop, and a lot of the civil rights leaders came to the barbershop. Actually, right before he passed, and he would go before he go to Selma to Bloody Sunday. Mm-hmm. I would cut Congressman John Lewis's hair.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I cut his hair like 3 times. When I looked up one day, the Secret Service was in my shop.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Yeah. So I mean, I've been around a lot of history, and we appreciate people like you, who keep things going, not being from here,
Right.
but you kept it going, and said that speaks volumes.
Yeah, it comes natural to me
Yes,
because in Liberia I was also involved in working for justice and peace and that kind of stuff. So I know the importance and the challenge of people doing what they did,
Yes, sir.
the courage that it took. And so I try to make sure that in a situation like that, not just me, but of course the whole church and the civil rights community,
Mm-hmm.
we all have really good working relationship here with the other churches, 16th Street and others, where we try to make sure that the past is brought into the present.
Yes, sir.
In order that the future can be better.
Yes, sir.
Because if we do not encourage our young people, if we do not give them a sense of hope that what they are experiencing now, the challenges they are going through,
Yes, sir.
they can draw from the experiences of people from the past and say, this thing, it will not last forever. And be hopeful that the challenges they are facing now, they can overcome those challenges in order to make the future better for their children and all of our grandchildren. So that's why it's so important. Sometimes people think history is so much past tense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. We need to remember, but we also need to remember in order not to forget.
Yeah.
Because when we forget, then we're liable to repeat it.
Yeah.
And heaven knows we don't want to be repeating
No.
what already happened. You don't want to be regaining fighting for the old ground every time. I mean, when you've already won something,
Yeah.
you want to move on to the next spot.
Yeah.
You don't want to go backwards and then come fight for that spot
That's
again.
right.
What kind of business
That's
is that?
That's right. Our young people need to see examples.
Yeah.
And they need to know about history.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Tommy Wren.
Heard about it.
He started the foot soldiers office
Yeah.
on 4th Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's under our director. Like I said, I'm a foot soldier.
Right.
And it's under our director, Miss Paulette Roby,
That's right.
and she's doing a great job. And we have some great members. But he would always say, insanity
Mm-hmm.
is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, and he, I've met some powerful people. I promise you, like Julian Bond.
Yes.
Yeah, James Lowry. I met a lot of people. Yeah, so I was able to grasp that history, right? But our young people, their parents, a lot of our young people's parents feel like that's over with.
Right.
And it's never over with.
That's right.
So that's why I said we need people like you that's not scared, that'll get in the fight and say, hey, this isn't right. Let's do something about it.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. Including immigration and other things like that that's going on now.
Yeah.
For a while there, Alabama thought they could do without new immigrants. They were throwing everybody out, including particularly Hispanic people of Hispanic descent. Just to realize after a while, we need them. Can you please come back? If you had not thrown it out in the first place, you wouldn't have worried about them coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the type of person, and it's just me. I like everybody until I don't.
That's right.
And I give everybody a chance until I won't.
Right.
That's just me.
That's a good policy. So it's based on the individual,
It's
not based on what ethnic group they come from.
I'm just like that. I've met some wonderful people in my lifetime, in my little short life. But I just, that's what I thrive on. Hey, I don't care who like it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's very good. Keep that up. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, definitely, always. So what is your membership like? I mean, do you have older crowd, younger crowd?
It's a mixture. Not a big church.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in terms of attendance and all of that. But a couple of months old through 100 and 200 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think we can do to get our young people back involved in church and back excited about church?
I think one of the things too is the church needs to also go outside the four walls.
Yeah, there it is.
You know, a lot of times you think about spirituality in terms of people coming into the church building, and the church building has its place. It's a unique space. But you think about it, I mean, Jesus went to the temple, he went to the synagogue, but he spent a whole lot of time out fishing.
Yeah.
You know, a whole lot of time out in the streets.
Yeah.
And
he did.
Yeah, and he was comfortable with the people there. And I think when the church gets to the place where it's comfortable where people are, and allow them to grow their spirituality right out of where they are, then hopefully they will find some room for the church building. But even long before they get to the building, they will be serving God as they understand God to be.
Well, you know, I look at it like when you said they have to meet people where they are. People get off drugs or want to get off drugs, however it goes. Get off alcohol, get off heroin, or whatever. And when they come to the church, you know, they want to be greeted in a nice manner. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But this is why they come off the streets, to try to do something better with their life. So when they get there, they don't want to be like ostracized, like put out, like, hey, you can't sit there. Hey, you can't. And it's like, I'm trying, and you beat me down. You know, and that's the problem with a lot of our young people. They want, I ain't saying meet them where they are, like, just accept anything.
Right.
Not like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're not saying that either. I'm just saying, like, but when they come, train them, teach them.
Well, but some of that I'm saying, really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, if you think about it, Jesus hung around them so much that they thought he was a drunkard. You know, and he was a glutton because he was so comfortable around what I call public sinners.
Yeah.
Everybody's sinners, but sometimes they're more public than others. Some people, their sins are private. So you get into the public sins, and then you get people who look down on, quote unquote, those persons. You know. The other thing about church is sometimes you can have wonderful group of people in your church, but they are not people who are willing to speak up, to tell other people in the church you're not doing right.
You're wrong.
So you get 98% loving people, but when that person shows up that you're talking about, who hasn't been to church for a long time, they happen to meet the two wrong people. You know, and all it takes is to find the wrong group to talk to in the church. Everybody else there may be loving and kind, but if the one that you meet at the door are not kind, are not loving, are not compassionate, the person will leave from there with the impression that everybody in this church is the same, and you cannot blame them because the ambassador is the one, for whatever reason, happen to be sitting on that particular bench. You know. And so that's why it's important for us to try as much as possible, help everybody, the whole group, see that God's love is for everybody else.
Those ones that want to be helped. Everybody doesn't want to be helped. We got to be real on that too.
That's right.
Some you know, people look at a lot of homeless people. But we have to understand this, and you downtown, so you see everything. And I've been down here a long time, so I see everything. But I understood a long time ago, all homeless people are not homeless by choice, and some of them are homeless by choice. But what they don't understand, what people don't understand, is the young homeless population has gotten just as big as the older crowd of homeless population. And when I saw it one morning, I was down here about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I saw, you know, a few young people on this street, and a few young. I was like, man, what they doing? And I realized later on that this is where they can get everything they want. They ain't got to answer to nobody. They ain't got to answer to mama, to daddy, to nobody. So they come down here and they can be free. And before they know it, they caught up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I had a guy call me last week, and he was talking about the shelter. And a lot of the shelters engage in a lot of this stuff too. So they're part of the problem, you know, in my opinion. But It's a lot. It takes a lot, and I'm not saying that you can save the world,
Right.
but if you just grab one.
Yeah, and the important thing is somebody who you meet today may be homeless by choice or doing the wrong thing by
It's a
choice.
lot of
mental thing. But that same person you can meet next week,
Yeah.
and because of certain event in their lives,
Yes.
they decide to want to change.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes we end up judging them based on 2 weeks ago conversation.
Yeah.
We don't realize that just like we change, that person may have changed within the 2 weeks or 1 month time frame, and now they're ready to go home. And we don't offer them the passage, the means to get back, get their lives back. And so it's a lot of risk with that. You never know when you're doing the right thing, or we just have to ask God to help us.
I've met a lot of people down here over the years, and I met doctors, I met school teachers, school teachers
Right.
and professors.
Mm-hmm.
I met a professor who used to sit on the trash can every day, and they called him Sarge. He was homeless, and Sarge lost his wife, and she was doing very well in life too. He just couldn't take it, and he just gave up.
Right.
So that's just one.
Yeah, stress got to him.
Yeah. I mean, that's just one of many. I mean, it's some good guys, but you also have some homeless guys that's married, who don't want he don't want to do what he's supposed to do at home.
Right.
But she still get the check now, but she give him a little piece of money once a month, and and that's just one. I've met many that's like that. So but I was on Christmas Day. We were I had a group of volunteers, and they was like, man, we appreciate y'all, man, this food we appreciate. I said, man, listen, we all one paycheck away from losing it all. So I can't look down on you, and you can't look down on me. You know what I'm saying? They were like, man, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I always have been with. You know what I'm saying? They all know me, but I don't want to look down on them. I mean, I call it feeding our friends. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, hey, all it takes is for a house buy.
Yeah.
The insurance done lapsed, and both of the cars in the garage done lost it all, just like that.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
Yeah. Couple of stumbles, one after another, and next thing you know, you're on the street. Yeah.
So, what are your celebrations on what do you want to see done in our communities in the downtown area? I know when they talk about revitalization of downtown, they got to include St. Paul. So what do you want to see?
Yeah. So we're part of that revitalization process, and urban impact and all of that. They're making a difference to make sure our businesses, because where we are now, where the church is, all that Founding Heights, that's part of Founding Heights.
Yeah, Founding Heights.
Yeah, but people sometimes don't think about it that way because like the district, the business part of stuff. But they had nothing but homes all around the church. Had nothing but homes, from what I could see in the pictures, and even though those homes will not come back because they are now practically business and church areas, but we believe that we still should be in the business of responding to the neighborhoods, responding to the residences, to make sure that our children have quality schools to go to, and teachers who love and care for them. Those are things that are important to us.
So where I'm from Cottesville, where Bethel is.
Yeah.
In that area, there are 29 churches that's in that area, in the Cottesville area. It used to be 32. And I'm just a firm believer. Now, I know what Bethel does. I don't know what any other one does.
Right.
And I know what Rev.Dr.R.L.Star does.
Right.
Under George Pruitt. But I feel like with 29 churches, that community shouldn't look like it looks.
Right.
Now, it's not just on the churches.
Right.
It's on the community too. But 29 churches, that could be a big influence if the churches get out in that community and would just like fellowship and do something.
Right.
Or come together themselves and I know they have, pastoral society or whatever, but all of them come together themselves and say, we're going to put together a fund and we're going to make sure every child in Cottesville makes it to college.
That's a good idea.
We're going to make sure every man over here has a job. With 29 churches, if you give the men over there that has the paint companies, the men over there that has the lawn care service, the men, if you give them a job working for the church and get them a nice little stipend, he's sitting at home, or his business isn't doing that well. If you give him a nice little stipend and let him work around the church, don't you think at some point he gonna say, man, I like these people. I'm gonna join.
One of those churches need to hire you for some of that vision.
No, they need to get me in a meeting. I tell them how I feel. They ain't gonna.
Good vision there.
You know Reverend Greason? Do you know Reverend Greason?
Yeah,
he's a client of mine.
Yeah.
That's his.
You gave me free information, don't you?
Yeah, Reverend Greason, he went to the Baptist convention one time, and he told them, said, it took y'all 40 years to bring me to this convention. He said, now that y'all done invited me, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and he went off.
Yeah, but it's so important for churches to work together. Maybe part of the thing is that a lot of times when people are in it, by the time they get to the church, some churches sometimes become focused on inside rather than community. And I think that's where it's important for us to, as church leaders, to coach our people in how to look at a community that Christ has not assigned us to buildings or to churches, but rather to the community. And all of us have responsibility for that.
Outreach.
Yeah. So I think that's a good idea there.
I mean, it's like you.
And I think what churches fail to realize too is that, as you were mentioning, that they can do a whole lot more together.
Yeah.
Than
it's power in numbers.
Yes.
It's power in numbers.
And each one may, in fact, be trying to do great work.
Yeah.
But they're doing it,
I mean,
rather than a collective.
It's like this. If you've been the pastor at that church for 40 years, right, and you're doing a great work for the people that's in that church for 40 years, right, and you never go outside of those four walls, and you stay in Pleasant Grove with your churches in Cottesville, you stay in Gardendale, but your church is in Cottesville. Well, your love, your passion is not for that community. But all over the world, pastors have influence.
Right.
So if the pastor say, hey, let's do such, then the members will do it. Right? Because they.
I was just wondering, are you trying to get me in trouble?
No.
That's all right. I'm into the trouble business.
One thing I like real people.
Hey,
that's why like I can talk to my pastor because he's not gonna come like it says right here what I'm saying. No, he gonna talk to you real. Then
that's right.
If you talking some real stuff, he gonna be like,
I need to think about that.
Yeah. And then he gonna give you some good stuff to think about. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of pastors. I know some wonderful pastors, but I know some not so wonderful pastors too. So, tell them I said it.
Let's see you on Facebook. They know what you said.
They see me. They see me. They know what I'm saying.
Oh man, I tell you.
Yeah. So,
yes.
What do you have coming up in the future? Like I know you got this program.
And that's kind of our focus at the moment, really. We got Palm Sunday, Easter, but I do want to put a plug in for a program called Scrollworks.
Scrollworks.
Yes, SCROLLWRKS. Scrollworks.
Scrollworks.
It's a non-profit.
Okay.
And they are stationed in our building. We don't run the program, but we provide the space and we provide partnership. In fact, some of their young people will be at the event on March 23rd. It's a program for ages 6 to 18.
Okay.
Teach you just about any kind of musical instrument your child wants to learn how to play. $85 a semester. And if you don't have money, they'll probably help find it. Now, I don't know anywhere, rural or city, where you can find $85 even per month for music studies.
Yeah.
Much like that's a whole semester.
Do you play an instrument?
I don't play anything.
Can you sing?
I don't sing. Now, my daughter been going to that program since she was 6 years old. So when I tell people about it, I'm speaking from a parent perspective. And my wife doesn't play anything either.
Yeah.
But she went and she wanted to play violin. And she's 14 years old now. So she's been playing that long. She plays the flute as well because she went to that program. So I'm saying to parents out there who are in the Birmingham area or outside of Birmingham, even now, once you get the basic down, you can be in Huntsville even, and through Zoom, because the pandemic provided.
So you can be on Zoom
and do the lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you get where you know how to hold the instrument properly,
Okay.
you don't have to drive there every time. And so I want to put that in there because it's a multi-ethnic program.
My sister played the flute.
Is that right?
Yeah. She played the flute, and a friend of mine, she was my classmate, Lisa Swift. She played the flute. Okay. Yeah, I knew a couple of people, but I thought that was the sound that come from that flute. I thought that was real cool.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, but the earlier you can get your children involved in it, and the thing about it is, if your child goes for this semester and you find that they don't have the gift for it, or there's something else they're more interested in,
you spend $85.
$85, that's all.
Yeah,
that's all
for that semester.
For that semester.
Yeah.
And they have voice lessons as well. So you
can
play, you can do the singing part. Yeah.
So maybe me and you can get in the voice class.
Oh no, they don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
The worst one is they bring us as they won't allow us to be teachers.
Yeah.
For singing now, because we're going to mess the people out.
Yeah.
But we can clap though. We can encourage.
Well, we can clap.
Yeah.
Like I told somebody 3 weeks ago, clap for yourself. Won't nobody else clap.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I do want to plug that in.
Oh, that's great.
Right at St. Paul.
So you said $85 a semester, and when you starting on it?
It's going on now. So you have to kind of watch.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to watch for the next sign up period.
Okay.
It's pretty much running the school calendar and summers as well.
Okay.
So Saturdays and Mondays.
Saturdays and Mondays.
Yeah. So if you're somebody who's busy on Saturday, cannot bring your child on Saturday, then you sign up for Mondays. And your child comes on Mondays in the evening, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. They try to make it at a time when parents are hopefully available. So if you want to put that in there.
So this is what we're gonna do.
And let me put one more little piece there about March 23rd.
Right.
The person who will be speaking is Deaconess Clara Esther.
Clara Esther.
E-S-T-E-R.
Okay.
We mentioned that she was there when Dr. King was killed. It's a powerful story to hear her tell it. But also she was involved in the civil rights movement in Memphis during that time as a young person, as a young college person.
Okay.
So it's not just per chance she happened to be there. No. She was there at his presentation and working with the garbage collectors.
She was downstairs, right? When he got shot, was there?
No, she was looking at him. Yeah, she was down.
Yeah.
He was up and she was down, but she was in the courtyard.
Yeah. I mean, we are finding out a lot of stories.
And she ran on upstairs to him.
Yeah, we find out a lot of
stories
about
about
the Black History Movement.
Yes.
That we didn't know.
That's right.
So with the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, it was 2 more people outside that got hurt in that bombing.
My goodness.
Yeah, because it was a crash that happened outside. Yeah, I had the pictures for a long time when that crashed. When the bomb went off, 2 cars crashed. And I think it was a boy or a man was on his bicycle. He got blown off. He was blown off his bicycle. But and we just got a lot of stories of history there. And it was 5 little girls. Instead of 4. Yeah. So I think Ms. Rudolph.
Right.
Yeah, she was one of
She did a presentation the other day at our church.
Okay.
Not for the church people, but for a United Methodist group that came from Indiana.
Okay.
They came and she gave a presentation to them, and then they had lunch and stuff. So we try to make our space available as a community space. By next year, we expect that we have a visitor center / museum available there, where people can come and hear about people like Dr. Charles McPherson, who worked with NAACP.
Yep.
He was a member of that church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he in Montgomery? Is he?
No, he's dead now.
He's dead? Okay.
Yeah.
I met
this McPherson.
I was
in the 1930s and 40s.
I was in Selma with the president of NAACP.
Okay.
I was with the Urban League. They had an event, and I got a chance to see him and meet him, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
No, this person was responsible for the relaunch of NAACP in Birmingham.
Okay.
And then, of course, they quieted it down again, and Reverend Fred Shuttleworth pick up some of that steam.
Miss Dorothea Crosby is the president of NAACP now. Yeah, you know her?
I've heard about her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're trying to reconnect. Actually.
Yeah.
Because of how much history we've had in the past with NAACP.
Yeah, you got a historic church.
Yeah. Dr. Lowry, was a pastor there and all of that. So.
You know what? Yeah.
His wife came out of that church.
I met James Bevel. You know him?
Mm-hmm.
I met him. Yeah. He's built the foot soldiers off.
Right.
And that's how I got a chance to meet him. And I done met a lot of people. Yeah, I done met a lot of people. Took pictures with a lot of people. Just had interaction with them or cut their hair. Yeah. So I met a lot.
And all those kinds of conversation, I would suspect, also inspire you to keep on moving forward.
Yeah. We've had some great people that came through our place. So I'm gonna do what I can do and grab me another one. And it ain't time to pat yourself on the back. It's time to grab another and grab another. Yeah. And
to keep telling the stories to others, other young people.
Yeah. Well, I like to go a step further.
Yeah.
I don't want to just tell the stories.
Things like the Facebook.
Well,
it's a way of telling the story.
I want to take them out to Lawson State.
Yeah.
All you need is a 2.5.
Yeah.
Take them out to Lawson State and get them signed up. Get them connected with some people that I know. You know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Right. We can get them connected and make it make it happen for them. That's what I like to do.
That's right.
Yeah. See, like with you, I feel like you like to you bring them to the forefront. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuses. Yeah. Yeah, when they name Bethel, when they name 16th Street, they got to call Holler St. Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, so we all stand on the shoulders of
right.
those who have gone before us.
That's right.
And then we have to make sure to provide some sort of shoulders for the ones who's coming after us.
That's right. I like that. We got some big shoes to fit.
Yeah. If you can't fit in it, just wear your own shoes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So what else we need to cover? You got anything else coming up?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
There's a group that'll be going to Gaza to see what's happening there.
Okay.
We just have to pray for. We know what happened to Israel was bad.
Yes, sir.
But two wrongs don't make one right.
Yeah.
So many people are dying. So many going to starve if these things can continue. So that's what Methodist call for peace. Call for fighting to stop. Call for ceasefire. That's not my church call for ceasefire. So look, I'm be clear on that. We didn't do a vote.
Yeah.
Even though I suspect that's what they would say too. But I think for myself as a social justice person, committed to justice and freedom for all people, I think it's important to have a two-state solution to what's happening. So I guess my point is that we cannot live in a way, we have to be both local and global. We have to look at what's happening in our community, address those concerns, see the negative, but also point out the positive, see how far we've come in order for us to appreciate where we are now, and see light at the end of the tunnel so we can move in that direction. We need to do that locally, but then also we need to make sure that the world is a better place, not just where we are. So that's going to be my comment on that.
Hey, before we get out of here, I just want to tell you thank you for standing up and being a stand-up guy, and thank you for all that St. Paul does for the community, and just keep pushing, and we behind you 100%.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember a few years ago, I was serving as what is called, in our church, we call district superintendent. But I would go to Montgomery in between meetings to march, because what I felt what was happening to persons who were here looking for the same thing that we all want, a better life for our children and stuff like that, were in many cases being persecuted, you know. But no matter what area of life you find yourself, what kind of position you find yourself, think about the story of Esther, who was connected to the king, Queen Esther. Queen Esther, her sense was, or at least she was told, that you may be in that position you're in for a reason, in order to help other people. And I think each of us, whatever small area we have responsibility for as a supervisor, whatever else, you know, in our lives, or even in our family, as an older uncle or aunt or whatever, we're in that space for a reason, not just for self, but in order to help others. So who knows, God may have put you in that position for such a time like this, is what it says, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm willing to fight and get down whatever you tell me to do. You know,
such a time as
we've been out here doing it, so we're gonna keep it going.
Keep it going.
Keep our foot on it. Yeah. So we really appreciate you coming.
I want to give another plug. Ballard House, for example.
Ballard House.
You were talking about the history.
Yeah.
One of the things they're doing, we're in meetings together yesterday. All of the churches together. Yeah, they're pulling together some of that history as well. The big history and then digging deep. So that's kind of thing that they got coming up too.
Dr. Herschel Hamilton.
Yeah, that's right.
He used to get his hair cut in our barbershop too.
Is that right?
They used to call him the dog bite doctor.
Okay.
Yes, sir. When they get bit by the dogs, he would patch them up. Yeah, and he would work on civil rights workers for free. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we had some good people. I'm telling you, we had some good. I learned from a lot of people.
Yeah, people. Good.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's it.
All right. Well, like I said, I really appreciate you coming. I thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. As always, like and share. We really appreciate you. Share it to your friends. Tell somebody about it. If you hear something you heard, if you like what you heard, go over to St. Paul and meet with Dr. Stryker. And his service starts at 10 a.m. And
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yeah. But the program on the 23rd starts at 10 a.m. on March 23rd.
On March 23rd.
Yeah.
And go and sit and enjoy the service, and get you some word and have a good time. And
good singing too.
Good singing.
Good singing.
You got some good
singers coming. Yeah, Reverend.
I'm gonna have to stop by there.
Yeah. Singing and music.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop by there. Yeah.
Reverend Al Lewis. Pastor Lewis. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So as always, we thank you for tuning in.
You gotta bring Al to this show one of these days.
Bring him over. Tell him. Yeah. We would love to. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Just getting some information out there and some good people that's done some good things in this city. Yeah, so we appreciate you all. And as always, we thank you. And we out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.